We've just arrived in Lavenham. It's Monday 25th of October 2021. We've been here before, but it was locked down when we were here before, so we couldn't go in anywhere. Plenty of Elizabethan buildings in Lavenham. Looking forward to a stroll round and a coffee. There's a fair old chair. Just starting to come up to some of the old buildings of Lavenham. Very colourful. Look at the lean on this building here. Just coming out into the square.
The building that they used mostly was the beer.
Nice bit of sunshine.
Want to go in that one then?
I'll catch you up in a jiff. That looks quite interesting building. Better catch up, I guess. This is Lady Street in Lavenham. Lavenham Guildhall tea room seems like a reasonable place to go.
Hold that. Hold that then. Just have a walk around.
This is the inside of the Guildhall. In Lavenham, of course.
Before the Victorian times, Tilly.
be going upstairs, and upstairs was the jail and the workhouse, although the jail has obviously been converted back in modern times. But the jail, apparently, back in the day, was reserved specifically for the paupers of Lavenham, although they could be tried in Sudbury. But they would spend their jail time here in Lavenham.
Oh look, workhouse established in 1655 employing 4 children and others of Lavenham to spin hemp flax or yarn.
The Bridewell. Yes. I once went to the Bridewell.
The Bridewell, from 1655 to 1787, paupers convicted of petty crimes were sent here to be punished and reformed. That's there. And the workhouse, of course, here, established in 1655 to employ poor children and others of Lavenham to split hemp, flax or yarn. Breakfast, dinner and supper. Excellent.
Did you get the wine?
It's all right for the guys having his way, but as soon as the wind gets breaking, you don't want to have anything to do with it.
Not much has changed, has it?
So, I mean, you know.
Oh right, I'll have a look at that in a minute then. I thought your mum would be interested in all this bit here. Incidentally, this is National Trust, so if you have National Trust,
So you put the pink inside.
Paper in there. And when you type, it moves along as you type. Yeah. That's it.
You put ink in there.
I've got one a little bit more modern than that in the attic.
Have you?
Mm.
I'll go to telephone like that.
Oh, playground. Yeah.
Some great photographs here. I really like this one. There's a lot more here than I thought there was going to be, Jay. Yeah.
Daisy wheel. What's a daisy wheel?
Into the Bridewell. Bridewells and their inmates, 1600s to 1700s. The real stories of Anne Baker, William Ransom and Thomas Wright tell us about the typical people held in Bridewells or a house of correction. They were poor and had committed minor crimes like petty theft, begging or being idle and disorderly. Bridewells meant to reform poor people's morals and stop them from a life of crime. Through hard labour and whippings, Bridewell sought to make paupers productive members of the community. John Howard, a reformer, inspected Lavenham Bridewell in the 1780s. He felt that most Bridewells were corrupted the poor as often as they reformed them. William Ransom, I'm afraid, for soon I'll be put to death. I thought I might live. For my friends appealed the judge's ruling. It's true that one night I stole some tobacco and raisins from a warehouse in Lavenham. I've been waiting here in the Bridewell since I got caught. What a relief when news came that my appeal may finally reach the judge on the night before my first execution date. My friends say it took so long as the appeal went amiss in the post and was then forwarded on to the wrong person. But in the end, the appeal changed no minds. Tonight is my last. Wanted Thomas Wright, labourer, charged with felony. He escaped from the Constable of Elswell on the way to Lavenham Bridewell. Escaped 1st of June 1787, about 10 o'clock, height 5'5". Reward information leading for the rest will be handsomely rewarded. All reasonable charges paid, given notice. The Bridewell rules. All unruly and stubborn persons shall be corrected oftener and used both with harder clogs, shackles, irons, or both, and with thinner diet and harder labour. Oh, for the good old days. The tea gardens at the museum. And this is the Guildhall Museum that I've just literally walked round. I did spend more time in there than the film may suggest because I like to have a read of things, but yeah, it's interesting. It's a lovely place to visit. Spend a morning here. We had some coffee and walnut cake, which was really nice, enough to fill us up for the day. Have to pause for a moment here. Memorial dedicated to the men of the 487th Bomb Group H, who sacrificed their lives in World War II, that the ideals of democracy might live. Thank you, lads. Right, on we go. Oh, you're all right, as long as you don't mind being in my little bit of video. I just love these old buildings. Yeah. Right, I've got lagged behind because I had a problem with my phone, but I've got to film this because this is one of Diane's favourite buildings, and then I must go and catch up pretty quick. Right, I'm catching up with them. Had to do a little bit of jogging there.
Don't have to rush. Hey, look, there's a thing on there.
Oh yeah. Shelton's has a record in the will of Wool Crothier Robert Critoff the Elder in 1539.
Did you kill it?
My camera went up the creek. I don't know quite what happened to it. This is quite nice.
They park right where you come out.
Oh, it's a shame.
Let's just get the view. I've probably turned around far too much and make this look awful, but there you are. I'm not a professional. I'm just a Joe Soap doing a bit of holiday videoing. And I think that pretty much covers it. And try to turn around slowly because it makes Diane's head spin. And back to catching up again. Right, I'm not sure if I've got this, but Diane's always pointing out things to me that I missed, and she just wanted me to make sure I captured these tiny windows. So I'm doing as I'm told, and back to it. That's why I have to film things, so I can see what I missed. I've just realised how small this place is here, crammed between the Hovis building and number 8. It's a tiny little building. That must have covered Lavenham now, I should think. Well, that's Lavenham. There may well be much more to see, but we think we've seen a fair bit. Been in the museum and what have you. Stopped and had coffee and cake. There's plenty of places to eat and drink, etc, etc. Well worth a visit, Lavenham. Well, I thought I'd finished in Lavenham, but look at that, the way it leans over. Intriguing buildings. Look at that, Jen. Look, silly.
It's wobbly.
More interesting buildings. I'm sure this must be the last I shall do of Lavenham, but I'll have to say when we get back to the car. There'll certainly be plenty for us to look back on, and Diane will be able to point out all the things that I forget, because she has a far better memory for these things than me. Hey? Okay, will do. Yeah. See, Diane points these things out to me because otherwise I could walk past them and miss them. Well, we were walking back to the car when I saw all this lot in the opposite direction. So I've just done a little jog up here, hence being short of breath. Now I'm going to cross over and look from the other side. Notice the way those buildings slope back and lean in at all different angles. And this little one down here, almost there, the one here. I should think there must be more Elizabethan buildings in Lavenham than anywhere. Obviously that's just me thinking. You'd have to ask Auntie Google the answer to that. Go on forever. Right, I'm guessing I better go and find where everybody else is. Yeah, what a pretty place Lavenham is. Well, it looks like Diane's still waiting outside the shop that the others disappeared into, so I haven't been gone too long. Right, well, we really are almost back to the car now. One last look at these fabulous buildings over here, and I'll say goodbye to Lavenham and apologise for anything I might have missed, but I think it is a wonderful place to visit. And I say I'm just an ordinary bloke. This is only a holiday video. Just done on my mobile phone, nothing special, but yeah, love this place. Bye Lavenham.